大家好, Claritism, remove humanity to rebuild it and repair Earth. The introduction. Claritism is a socio-economic theory that takes the best of pure capitalism, communism, socialism, and then introduces sponsored anarchism to the mix. It is based on the assumption that the current pandemic of Wuhan Virus will continue to mutate, and it is inevitable that China will be releasing more viruses. For example, Shanghai virus, Beijing virus, Guangzhou virus, and Shenzhen virus, whenever the going on in the world doesn't suit their taste. Additionally, Claritism is also a precaution against every other rogue regime from copycatting the Chinese to release even more viruses. Claritism comes with a complete technology blueprint that can be implemented within 3 months. Please see other videos for details. The subtitle to Claritism is Remove Humanity to Rebuild It and Repair Earth. What it means is to modify off-the-shelf technologies to remove undesirable human traits from all economic activities. And the byproduct of this act will result in ways to repair and restore Earth in the process. And finally, we take on the stance that there's no stargazing yet, but we will repair Earth first. Otherwise, we'll just be reproducing our mistakes on other planets. Here are the blueprints. I'll run through the blueprints very quickly here. Please see their respective videos for details. We'll begin with Missile8964 hardware reference design. It is for every nation and person on Earth, and it is not been made public domain. It starts with a paradigm shift in industrial design, in what I call the open connection architecture. It involves 3D printing and a public domain 3D file library. The minimum requirement for every nation to participate is to have one PCB fabrication facility of their own, one SMT machine of their own, and multiple 3D printers or CNC machines at desired locations. Missile8964 changes the logistics of manufacturing technological products. What every nation needs to do is to buy basic electronic components from trustworthy sources and countries nearby. Then each nation make their own PCB boards. They are of the standard size of 8.5 centimeters times 5.5 centimeters, the size of a standard credit card. After they run through an SMT machine and have all the electronic components installed, then they can be mailed within country. Once they arrive at the desired locations, the local 3D print shops will do the magic for the shell and the casings. Then each person can assemble themselves or hire the kid who mowed their lawns to do it for them. As an alternative, it is also possible to have a workshop class in schools for the students to learn how to assemble them on their own, and they can go back home and do it for their own neighborhoods. When this gets started, we'll be able to realize OLPC, one laptop per child. It was a noble initiative by MIT and Quanta Computers of Taiwan years ago. Now it can be realized globally and realistically. Here is a list of the machineries and components needed for the project to work, and also a list of trustworthy countries who make them. You're welcome to pause and read the list in detail. The software component begins with NTC 8964 OS. It will place strict emphasis on privacy. There are 3 Linux distros out there who does this in different ways. There are Pure OS, Tails, and Scepter Linux distros. The desktop environment needs to be touch capable. However, NTC 8964 will reject UKUI, Deepin, and JingOS for the simple reason that they are based in China, and we do not trust the code. The design will allow the user to prevent any funny network packets being sent to China or Facebook. Not only will they be blocked in Socio-Economic browser, but also at the OS level as well. Here is a quick rundown of the feature list of Socio-Economic browser. First of all, it will be based on Beaker browser, which is a peer-to-peer network browser. It will be built with blockchain technology for financial and record-keeping applications. However, not cryptocurrency. Again, not cryptocurrency. Inside Socio-Economic browser, there will be no JavaScript or scripting of any kind in the browser. It will return the browser and the World Wide Web to what it was originally intended and what it is supposed to be, a data distribution and presentation tool, not for funny businesses executed in JavaScript or Java or whatever language that is on the client side. The user interface is based on Leadenwald metaphor, and it will include always-on instant watermarks to outgoing media files to prevent social medias from stealing them. The Leadenwald metaphor is a result of UI/UX resequencing of network interactions. In this metaphor, we treat Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat as the same but different visual formatting tools, for the simple reason that they just present pictures or videos and some text. You will be using a local plug-in mechanism to extract and insert social media feeds. With this tool, we'll be able to gradually phase out centralized social media of any kind, now and in the future. Every posting is treated as a Kanban or a post-it note, and they are stored locally in the user's hyperdrive via markup.ml text files. The Leadenwald metaphor enables a charity layer that forces companies to earn advertising space and privileges by directly sponsoring local needs of their target audiences. It would also enable direct sales from brands or manufacturers to consumers bypassing middle warehousing, like Amazon. On the HR, human resource side, it will also allow direct resume and hiring supervisor interaction. Leadenwald metaphor will allow us to get rid of all marketing-controlled software and data collections, and all the unethical shenanigans. For all economic activities in Claritism and within Leadenwald metaphor, there are 6 payment methods that can be used concurrently. The first is free and volunteering. The second is future care exchange, which is time credits for future post-retirement healthcare. Then we have sponsorship or donation. This option is only made available for advertising spaces and exposures. Then we have the traditional money, currency, credit cards. Then we have bidding. They will allow advertisers to sponsor anarchy even more. And finally, we have the good old-fashioned bartering. And then we have the mark-out language. It is a superset of markdown and will begin with paying respect to the original inventors and their original intentions. Of keeping it simple, markup would just be adding a few keywords to enable Kanban division and a little bit of background and aesthetic formatting and push scheduling. These markup files will be stored locally on hyperdrives only, and they will only be delivered when requested. Users will be able to log the source of the request and the ID of every request. Next, here is a list of all the business apps that would enable crystal finances and remove all hidden powers and benefits within economic activities that would allow discrimination of any kind. Here is a list of what the business applications will change. It will minimize the role of traditional banks and venture capitalists. It will totally remove marketing, human resources, and accounting. Hopefully, marketing and human resources will be repurposed to monitor the charity layer. And finally, accounting. It will be replaced with bookkeeping only. Here is a list of alternative financing options proposed by Claritism. First, we have the Special Purpose Acquisition Company. This is an idea taken from venture capitalist firms. However, in Claritism, the money will be pulled from everybody, not venture capitalists. Next, we have the Special Interest Pool Fund. This is for ideas or causes that doesn't have geographic constraints. Next, we have a Special Purpose Establishment Fund. This is for ideas and ventures that needs to be located in a special geographic location. And finally, we have the ROSCA. It is the Rotating Savings and Credit Association. This is a very old-fashioned microfinancing method that originated in Taiwan. This allows a small group of people, usually 10 to 20, to pull together funds for anyone within the group who needs it and pays interest for it. On the human resources side, the HR department will be removed and replaced with the following. They manifest in two types of files. The first one is the job posting MO files. It includes crystal wage to make sure everyone is paid equally. The other side of the component is the resume MO files. This includes keyword hashtags that would allow the hiring supervisor to access these resumes directly without the intervention of the HR department. And then we have the management apps. They include crystal bookkeeping, crystal wage structure, voting system, profit sharing percentages, budget allocation percentages, job order issuing, sandwich evaluation scheme, crystal merit systems, and crystal promotion opportunities. These management apps are structured in a way that there is no hidden power and no hidden benefits to be had in all economic activities. Next, we have the culture components of Claritism. We'll first begin with the languages that we use, the natural languages, and hopefully this becomes a global initiative. The key is to remove all gender distinctions in vocabulary in every language. For example, he and she, and all verbs and adjectives that are gender specific. We hope to glorify using it for all genders and animals, and we will remove all judgmental wording based on religion or languages in the past. On the religion side, again, this is a global initiative. We redefine religious freedom as follows. Do whatever you want behind your closed doors and don't talk about your religious belief outside of these closed doors to people who didn't walk into your physical establishment with free will without your invitation. And we propose for everyone and every nation to do the following. Prohibit proactive evangelism of any kind from any religion. Second, prohibit religions from hiding behind charities. Number 3, deny travel visas for religious figures and for missionary purposes. Last but not least, prohibit public broadcasting of religious programs. Here are the ultimate goals of Claritism. Ultimate goal number 1, universal equality for all nations, ethnicity, religions, genders, LGBTQA+, and all animals. We want to ensure equal pay and promotional opportunities for everyone. And everyone gets voting rights and have equal access to education. And will ensure marriage rights for anyone with whoever they choose. Ultimate goal number 2, Enlightened Industrial Revolution. There is a lot of waste being produced because of diddly squat innovations. We want to get rid of that, so we are introducing 2 concepts. The first is engineer. It is a tunnel vision to ensure functional requirements are the only goal worthy of efforts. Everything else is secondary or just icing on the cake. On the other hand, we have suffire. It is the equivalent of suffice in French. It is the practice of applying stoicism to the material world without causing pain. Suffire tries to spread the concept of restrained material desires. Then we introduce the concept of respect products. It is a mixture of new and used parts to assemble products for use. This will reduce the need for recycling and packaging materials to ship products halfway around the world. The simplified logistics will allow Earth to rebuild itself. And finally, we have the ultimate goal, number 3, priority Earth. We will repair and heal Earth before stargazing to other planets. Otherwise, we'll just be reproducing and transplanting our mistakes on Earth to other pristine planets. Next, we say no to implants that directly interface our physical neurons, because we don't trust our independence as human beings will remain intact. However, we believe in exoskeletons that supplement physical body. Next, in store, we have our taboo paradigm. It is a paradigm shift in civil engineering to restore natural environment within cities. And finally, we have the sanctuary paradigm. It is a new concept in architecture to reduce construction costs by more than 70%. Behind Claritism and raconteuria, and the real reason that we are able to make technologies under Claritism free and public domain are the following technologies we make money from. Number 1, Solilog, blueprint for the technological singularity. Number 2, Sutache, braided reality network. Number 3, Soleil, invention on demand. And Eval, the singularity makeover. For details on these technologies, please visit our company website.